We would like to thank our sponsors of the Coaches Show, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, where you can continue your education right here in Polk County. We would also like to thank Mena Insurance. Go see P.T. Plunkett and all other folks for your auto, home, and life insurance needs. As well as Bank of Mena, hometown banking at its best. Mena.
Good evening, Bearcats fans. We're in the back with another coaches show, and I'm Jem. I'm here with Coach Bentley. How's it going, Coach?
Going great. Going great.
That's great. So I just want to ask about what's your overall thoughts about the reinforced game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great win for us, getting to play a home playoff game and getting to 10 wins. 10 wins is hard to do in high school football, and so, that was a big goal of ours coming into the season. The expectation has kind of shifted over the years to where, we expect to make the playoffs, and we said one of the big things was at this point it's time to win the playoff game and make some noise in the playoffs, and we were able to do that in the first round with a convincing win. So excellent night for our players and our community, and just a moment and experience that we'll always remember, and we're hoping to keep it going.
Absolutely, Coach. For the second one, how does it feel to get a huge playoff win in a home, like in front of our crowd?
Yeah, I mean it's time. It was time. It's the first playoff win period since 2018, and so it was time for us, especially with the group of kids we have, to win a playoff game and then be able to do it here at home. Had another great crowd. Again, it's not just about our football team in that moment. It's about our community. It's about our band and our cheerleaders and everybody else that's involved in a game like that. So, again, it's something that those are things you remember. Those are things you take with you well past when this season comes to an end, and a great experience for everybody involved for sure.
Absolutely. So for the last one, what is our key takeaways from this game for an analyst for the Elkins game?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we were able to overcome some mistakes early on, so we have to play cleaner going into Elkins. And I think the three things going into the Elkins game that we have to be able to do is find a rhythm early on offense. We got to find a way to make something good happen early, and then we got to match their tempo on defense. They move fast and get set up quickly to run their plays. So, for us, I think the fact that we were able to overcome some mistakes early on shows how good of a football team that we are. But those are things we have to clean up going forward, especially going into the round 2 game. But hey, like I said, being one of the only 16 teams left in the state playing football this late in the year, it's a good thing. And again, we just want to keep it going.
Of course, Coach. So, what about your expectations from the Elkins game?
Well, I mean, it's we expect to win. That at this point, we've won a lot of football games. We've been in the situation where not a lot was expected out of us, and we're kind of put back in that situation. Elkins is the number 1 football team in the state. They've been ranked in that manner for most of the year. So we expect to go in there and put ourselves in position to win the game. And so we have the capabilities to do that. We've been talking about that. We got to be the best versions of ourselves, players, coaches, all of us. We don't have to be perfect, but if we're the best versions of ourselves, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win that game, and we can do it. And we've been this group has been doing things that people haven't believed they can do for years and years and years. 3 years ago when they were sophomores, we weren't expected to win many games, if any at all, and they exceeded that and made the playoffs. And then this year, being picked 6th in the league, and then finishing as conference runner-up, winning 10 football games. This group has done things that people believe they weren't able to do all year long, and so that's what we're doing now. We're going to work hard, had a great week of practice, and we're excited about the opportunity.
Of course, Coach. So it's going to be a road game. So what do you think about it? It's going to be a good amount of time.
Yeah, it's not our farthest one. Clinton was definitely our farthest one, but it is a good trip. So we'll we try to keep things as pretty status quo as possible. We'll get out. We'll eat a good pregame meal here before we leave, and then I try to keep it as normal as possible. We'll get up. We don't normally stop on away games, but we will stop and let the kids get out, stretch, use the restroom, do all that stuff. But we try to keep everything as status quo and as as normal as possible for our guys going into the game.
Of course. So, Coach, they have like a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Their running back, their quarterback, especially. What is our like strategy on defense to stop them?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, we have to. I spoke a little bit about it earlier. They go with a fast tempo. They're moving fast. After every play, they're getting lined up on the ball, getting their offensive play call in, and running it. And that does a lot of things, especially to high school kids. So we have to match that tempo. We have to be able to get a line, and if we're able to do that, then that allows us to do some things. They do that because it limits what the defense is able to do. Number one, it gets you out of position, but number two, it limits your ability to change a coverage call, to call a blitz and all that. So we have to be able to match their tempo, and we have to be able to be aggressive on defense.
Of course, Coach. So thank you so much for all of your comments.
Yeah.
This week, we're done with Coach's Show. See you guys next week, and don't forget to support Bearcats against Elkins for the playoffs.
All right, go Bearcats.
We are back with another coach's interview. I'm Jem, and I'm here with Coach Dover right now. How's it going, Coach?
It's going great.
Great. So, what is your overall thoughts about the Green Forest game?
Kids played great. We struggled a little bit offensively in the first half, but the defense, like always, had our back, and then we came out and took care of business in the second half.
So, yeah, as you mentioned, you said like we struggled on the offense, but we still put a really good amount of points on the board. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, like I said, we had the 4 turnovers in the first half, and that kind of stymied us. But we still scored 21, and then able to spread the wealth. I think we had 5 different kids score in the game, so that was awesome. It was just good to see, good to play at home again and get a win.
Yeah, that was exactly the next question. How do you feel about the win like in front of our home crowd for the playoffs?
Yes, anytime we get to play again after the regular season at home, that's always an awesome feeling. I've got to do it a couple times in my career, but this was definitely very rewarding, and the kids deserved it. They played great all year, and just able to finish with a win at home here, and that's awesome.
Of course, Coach. So as you know, the Elkins game is on the way. Mm-hmm. So what is your overall expectations from the Elkins game?
They're the number 1 team in 4A, so we're excited to be able to do that, because if you win a state championship, you have to go through tough teams. You have to beat the top to get there, and our kids are excited about it. We know it's a challenge, but we know we're a really good team too, and so we're excited about the challenge. Like I said, and we're excited to go up there tomorrow night.
Of course, Coach. So mainly offense. What is going to be our offensive strategy for the game to get the win?
Well, they're talented on both sides of the ball, so sustaining drives, being able to get first downs, and we don't necessarily have to score every time we touch the ball, but holding on to that ball, keeping their offense off the field is a big deal, and building success, putting like I said, putting first downs together, and not letting Elkins come out hot early and get on the board early and often. Just being able to hold on to it and build our confidence too, because they are a different animal, but we deserve to be playing them, and so like I said, I'm very excited for the challenge.
Of course, Coach. So lastly, our question is, what do you if you want to say one thing to the Bearcats fans about this game, what would it be?
We got to believe. We have to believe. We have to believe in our boys, and we believe in the fans that are going to show up and make that big long trip. Believe.
Of course. So thank you, Coach, for all of your comments this week. So we are done with another coach's interview. Don't forget to support Bearcats again against Elkins. Go Bearcats!
Again, we would like to thank our sponsors of today's show, University of Arkansas Rich Mountain, Mena Insurance, and Union Bank.